All right, welcome back to Currency 365 and welcome to World News episode 18. It's 9/11, 2015. So we know it's the 14-year anniversary of 9/11 from 2000, September 11, 2001, from the 9/11 attacks on Wall Street and the Twin Towers, and also D.C. and then the plane that crashed in Philadelphia, I believe. RIP to everybody and that died that day, and blessings to their family and friends that had to go through that. I think it was over 3,000 people that day. There was a lot of historic people that came to help save lives, help people out of bondage, out of the trap situations, the firefighters, the police officers. We remember that day, okay? It was definitely a shocking morning, but it wasn't surprising to me, okay? Even at that time, okay, I was a youngster, but it was not shocking to me. It was more like it's time to go to war. Basically, that's basically how I felt when I was seeing the things. It wasn't like I didn't think that this would ever happen. It was more like it's time to go to war. You know what I mean? So that's how I felt, okay, at that time. Okay, now we understand that a lot of things have happened and a lot of things have come out because of this 9/11, and our lives have actually changed because of 9/11. TSA, a lot of body armored police officers, body cameras everywhere, watching you. I mean, our lives changed because of this day, and also our lives changed because we're talking right now, me and you, because of this event that happened. Because why? Because after this event, we went into Iraq, okay? And this is the investment that one of the investments that we're in, and one of the biggest ones that is about to change a lot of people's lives in this transfer of wealth that's coming. So because of this event, we're actually talking. So, it is what it is. And yeah, we remember 9/11 and the 14th anniversary, all right? So one of the big events that's supposed to happen this September on a list of about 50 events. I think I have about 18, 19 events just written down right now, but there's way more events that are supposed to happen in this month, and that are still coming, and a lot of events have already happened in secret and that we don't even actually know about. So this is the packed full month, and lots of major events are coming, especially the 22nd through the 28th is going to be incredible. So yeah. So let's move on here. So shout out to everybody remembering 9/11 today. All right, so let's see some Iraq news real quick. Jabari to arrive in Tehran, Iran. Okay, so we know that a body is fueling that fire, and so Jabari's going over there to talk to them. It says international immigration, the high number of displaced people in Iraq to about 3.2 million internally displaced people. So 3.2 million displaced people right now, okay, for Iraq. A National Alliance leader are seeking the presence of al-Abadi political and security developments. Okay. Yeah, they got to get al-Abadi back in Parliament because he left early yesterday for some type of emergency. All right, so the supreme leaders are usually the ones who talk on Fridays because it's their holy day. So let's see what they're saying. All right, so supreme leaders of Iraq say the supreme religious authority welcome reducing key official salaries. The supreme religious authority calls to speed up reforms. Supreme religious authority stresses necessity of evaluating performance of unqualified officials, meaning Alak, Ishmael, keyword, or whatever you want to call them. Let's see. the UN approves proposal to raise Palestinian flag. Now, I'm not sure that's the Palestinian flag over the Israeli. You know how they're fighting back and forth to who owns what. That I don't know. Maybe the UN is going to be doing that. Okay. The religious authorities confirm need to new salary system for governmental employees. Okay. And here's a key thing right here in America. Hillary Clinton overtaken by fellow Democratic candidate in key early nominated states. Okay, so Iowa and New Hampshire are usually the key states for the Democratic candidates. Okay, and it looks like Bernie Sanders is outperforming Hillary Clinton. Why? Because all the scandals that Hillary Clinton is under with her emails, Benghazi, everything that's going on with Hillary Clinton, her and Obama are also being linked with a lot of criminal charges and things like that. So Hillary Clinton is getting destroyed in the public eye, and now it's hurting her in the polls. She might not even be the Democratic front runner. Okay, so a lot of this stuff doesn't matter to me because none of these people are going to even be president. I think that's all a joke. So you know how I'll compare it to this. You know how last year everybody was picking who was going to be the Iraq president, I mean the Iraq prime minister, and a lot of us thought it was Hakeem. And Hakeem made I don't know if Hakeem made a mistake or not, but man, if Hakeem had become prime minister, we wouldn't be talking right now. Okay, 6 months into it, he would have dropped the Lord in arms and had Shabibi back and had everything in order. Okay, because people listen to him. He's a religious authority, one of them, and when those people speak, they listen over there. Okay, but a lot of us thought Hakeem was going to be it, and then other people thought, for some crazy reason, other people thought that Maliki was going to stay in power, which we knew that wasn't going to happen because we will never see a revaluation if that happened. Okay, so we knew somebody else was going to come. We all thought it was Hakeem, and then he actually came out and said it's not going to be him. He's going to stay on the religious authority side. So the other candidates, for Iraq were, they were okay, I guess. But then all of a sudden, the Jabari becomes the House Speaker, and everybody's cheering. Yeah, that was a good move. And then we had the president of Iraq come in, and everybody was like, okay, that's cool. And then the president surprises everybody by ordering a body to be the prime minister. So the people that were actually being voted on, they didn't even have a chance to become the prime minister. The president and the government, boom, put out a body as the prime minister. Okay, that's exactly what's probably going to happen in America. Okay. Of course, we know that several prophets are saying Barack Obama is the last president, and or whatever. He's also the president of the United Nations, so you got to remember that. But this is how I think it's going to happen. I think it's going to happen the same way it happened in Iraq. Okay, you got these distractors, Donald Trump and all these idiots, okay, that are going, performing and talking about things, but they're not actually, they already know they're not going to be president. They're just a big distraction, okay? So what could happen in America is that none of the people running are actually going to be president, okay? The government will actually throw somebody out there, okay? And this is why, because we're probably going to be under martial law, race war, and other things that are going to be going on, maybe even environmental disasters could happen around the election time frame as well, maybe 6 months into it, or 6 months before the election. So Barack Obama is going to be in office longer than he's supposed to. Okay, we've already talked about that. A lot of you guys know that. We've been talking about that for at least 2 years now. Okay, so Barack Obama will be in office longer than November 2016. Okay, he's going to go at least 4 months to maybe even 9 months, okay, longer than he's supposed to. And then the next president will be thrown in by the government, not by the people. So Barack Obama will be the last elected president of America. The next president will be thrown in by the government, okay? Now remember, none of the presidents are really elected by the people. They are selected, okay, by the elites, and the elites train them, and then they put them out there, and then they put all the money behind them with the lobbyists to make sure that person becomes the president, okay? And they did that with Barack Obama as well. So, but Barack Obama will be the last person that you can actually vote and actually make president, okay? It will be this time the government will actually throw somebody out there, just like Iraq did last year when they put a body out there, okay? So that's how I believe, and other people believe is how it's going to happen, okay? So I know that's probably some breaking scary news for some people that don't know what's going on around the world or in the government, but other people, a lot of us already know this stuff, and it is what it is. We know it's coming, and we're just going to be prepared for it. That's it, okay? I know some of you guys that are new are going to be like, what in the world did he just say? Let me rewind this. You know what I mean? And it's all good. Go ahead, rewind it, and look at it one more time. All right, so let's move on. Let's look at the stocks. The American stocks, Dow Jones is up 20 points. NASDAQ down 8 points. Oil is actually down to 44.93 a barrel. Gold is down 1,102.3. A euro is up over the U.S. The euro is charging up here. What is it? 1.13. So 1.13. Hey, that's the same price. They isn't that the feasible report for 2012 for Iraq? $1.13. Just wanted to throw that out there. Let's see. What is this top stocks today? Let's see. Kroger, KR, symbol KR is up 4% right now. Avon products are down 13%, and that's symbol AVP. Everything. What else is down? King Rose Gold is down 8%. KGC. Okay, let's see. GE nears decision on relocating its headquarters. Ford extends tax benefit preservation plan. Siri Capital offers about $1 billion for PGI. Boeing gets support for new mid-range jetliners. Boy, Boeing be doing some things with them airplanes, I tell you. Goodness gracious. All right, let's look at the world. Europe all down. The FTSE 100, the DAC, and the CAC 40 are all down. Shanghai composite for Asia was up today. The Hang Seng was down. The Nikkei was down. The Mexican Bozo was down. Brazil was down. S&P 500 is down for America. So everything's down except for the Shanghai composite. Guru Striker said something, and I like him. He's number 6 on my top 5. I said number 6. You guys didn't catch that, but number 6 on my top 5. Okay, so he's not on the top 5, but he's number 6. That's basically what I'm saying. So let's look at what I like when Stryker talks. We don't hear him a lot because his group is private and he doesn't bring out a lot of things. So let's see what Stryker said. Guru Stryker says the government is seeking to privatize Rafidian and Rashid banks, Iraq's 2 state-owned banks. These banks do not need to be privatized to see reform, but must be moving in that direction according to IMF itself. In the same article, the CBI Governor Ishmael explained that the foreign currency reserves are at 60 billion, but are at a safe level, and there's nothing to worry about at this time. Mr. Ishmael also explained that the dinar is stable at the present. See this quote: if we look at the market these days, we will see that the price is very stable and very reasonable, so no need to worry about this at this moment. he goes on and to talk about the international bonds reintegrating Iraq back to the global financial system after years of wars and sanctions. All right, so that was good talk by Stryker, and yep, and that's what basically what the article was talking about, and how the bonds are gonna reconnect Iraq back to the global system and global markets. So that's good news for us, and the privatization of the two big banks. All right, making them private. All right, so that's really really good news. Now, there's people are talking about this 2% crap again. Okay, the 2% within 90 days. They've already done this. I don't know why people can't get over this 2% thing. It's already happened. Remember, Iraq was going to revalue the currency in 2012 into 2013, around that time, right? They were days away from doing it. So don't you think that they already had hold for 90 days for 2%? Okay, if the 90 days for 2% has to happen before a revaluation, don't you think that they would have had to do that back in 2012 or early 2013 or whenever they were about to do this? Remember, in 2011 they were about to do the revaluation as well. 2011, 2012, 2013, they were days away from revaluing when Maliki shut the whole government down for a whole week. So don't you think that they already held for 90 days for 2%? Okay, so why are people bringing this back up? I don't know. Maybe it's just their agenda. Just like people talking about the law, people talking about bringing up the no count, people talking about the what else people talking about? Is it gonna float or RV or reinstate? This stuff, none of the stuff matters at this point. We're at the late stages. We believe is this fall. Who cares about any of this stuff? Okay, I'm just telling you the truth. Who cares? Okay, so let's move on from that. There's a FEMA warning that came out. Okay, so FEMA warning, September Preparedness Month. Okay, we know September is the Preparedness Month. It says store away enough food and water for at least 30 days. Solar flashlights, first aid kits, and extra blankets for the cold winter ahead. Make your purchases by September 15th. Now, I don't know who put this out there, but I don't know if this is an actual FEMA warning or somebody pretending to be FEMA. Because why would you put something out there and actually stating when they should have it by September 15th? Okay, that doesn't sound like FEMA, but I just read it to you guys anyway. Just, it's going to be a cold winter, so we need to make sure we prepare. It's going to be colder than last year. And last year, a lot of records were broken last year. Remember, it snowed like 90 inches in Buffalo in like 48 hours. I mean, it was something like that. Maybe 78 to 90 inches in Buffalo, New York in like 48 hours or 24 hours. It was just ridiculous. The snow was like halfway up on people's houses. It broke people's windows in. I mean, I can't, wow. You can only imagine that everywhere in America. That would be insane. Just prepare for the winter. Here's a statement by Mike Huckabee. Mike Huckabee thinks black people can't legally become American citizens. Okay, so that's getting a lot of news right now. That's a head scratcher, but it is what it is. People can say whatever they like. Okay, Manny Pacquiao demands Mayweather punishment and rematch over doping allegations or violations or something like that that's going on. I think he took an IV. Mayweather took an IV it was approved the IV a couple days later, but he took it ahead of time or something like that. I don't know. Anyways, and then yesterday night was the opener of the NFL kickoff. The Patriots versus the Steelers. And the Patriots won 28-21. I actually was able to watch that game last night. Right on my computer. So, yeah. Kickoff of the NFL is here, and Brady's back and he didn't get suspended, and it should be a great season. I'm not probably going to watch a lot of games because I don't watch sports like that anymore, but I definitely will keep in touch with it and see what happens. So it is what it is. All right, guys, Currency 365. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. More news on the way. All right, peace.